All right, there we go. What is going on, guys? Got quad focused legs on this fine Friday morning at 4:13 a.m. Starting off as usual on seated leg curl. Try and get the knee joints nice and warm, get the blood flowing. Of course, I already did 10 minutes walking on the treadmill before this just to help get everything warmed up, get everything moving. Definitely don't want to go into heavy squats cold, so I like to make sure that everything is nice and loose, nice and warm, functioning properly, right? A couple warm-up sets and a single working set in on this so far. And if you actually, I don't know if I posted it or not. I might not have, but Monday on my hamstring day, I was on this, and my plan for my goal for this week was to max this thing out. Well, for two of those three working sets, I did max this thing out, but they were slightly lower reps than I'm used to getting on this. I want to say they were around 8-ish reps both sets, when I'm usually in, around 10 or 12. But that's okay. It was heavier load, so I'll take a couple less reps on that. As long as I'm, working for those reps, then that's fine by me. So today, just going a little bit lighter, try and get the reps in, because hamstrings are not my focus today. It is quads, so I don't have to try and destroy these, like I normally would when I do these on the hamstring day. That being said, let's go ahead and get into the second set. All right, that was a good set. Now, that's not to say that I'm not still gonna be working during these sets. Definitely am. Actually, my left hamstring's feeling a little fatigued and almost kind of crampy right now. So yeah, definitely working. Just not trying to kill myself on these. So I got one more set of this, then we'll go into some squats. Man, that is sweet. Okay, let's go ahead and get into final set of the leg curls. And I figured out how to start recording on the camera from my phone. That's what's sweet. So this way I don't have to get up, go hit record on the camera, come back over here, do whatever the hell, and then, get into set. So that's a pretty cool feature that I can have it set up, kind of where I need to, and I don't have to go back and forth like that. Let's get into it. At least another 10 reps. This thing always gets my hamstrings pretty good. I do enjoy this one quite a bit more than any other seated leg curl machine that I've done before. I think because the seat is slightly angled backwards, so it actually kind of like points your hips up a little bit more of an angle compared to other seated curl machines that I've used before. I don't know, it just, for some reason, the angle, the seating position on this machine, I just feel so much of a better contraction in the hamstrings. So we're wrapped up here. Let's go do some squats. Probably gonna go over to the squat machine that I've been using, though I was almost thinking about going back to the other one. It's basically the same movement. Weights loaded almost identical in the same position. Pads are almost in the same position. However, the foot platform is slightly different. And the only reason I'm thinking about, or was considering, switching over to it, it's gonna sound dumb as hell, but because the lighting over this squat machine here is so much better than the one that's kind of in the dark corner of the gym. That's the only reason. Little petty, I know, but it is what it is. Let's go get some squats. So I'm already one set in on the squats. Oh, that's nice. Someone's water bottle laying on the floor or under the platform here. I must have forgot it. So last week, actually no, sorry. My first set this week, I started off where I would have started on my second set, or where I started on my second set last week. I'll probably do another set at this weight, because I managed to get 8 reps for the first set. If I can manage another 8 for the second set, then I'm gonna go up. Because I know last week I finished off with four plates and a 25, which is like roughly, I think it's roughly like 410, something like that, just in plates. I don't know what or how much the actual machine adds to that, if anything, but just the weight, the plates alone is about 410. Don't know if I'll get back or finish with that again this week. That really depends on how this set, how many reps I get, how it feels, and then I'll determine if I want to go a little bit heavier for less reps. All right, that's time. Let's go. Good shit. Another 8 reps in, which means that, and Kira's staring at me, I don't know why, but that means that we're bumping the weight up just a little bit. Let's get into this last set. First, I gotta find some 25s. I think. These right here, 25s. Which they are. Alright, let's get into this last set. And 25 pounds each side. Should be about 410. Like I said, last week I got 7 reps. So if I can get 7, even I'm gonna try and push for an 8th. But even if I can get 7, I'm good with that. One more. Well, that wasn't cool. The pad caught my damn microphone and ripped it right out of my hat. And I don't know where the clip just went to. Either way, we got 8 reps. I'm feeling pretty damn good about that. Let's go do some extensions. Alright, well that was quite the interesting event that happened. I'm sure it sounded like absolute shit. But when I was re-racking the squat machine, the mic that's clipped to my hat must have caught one of the pads and just ripped it completely off my hat. Mic went one way, magnetic clip went completely other way. I'm honestly surprised that I found it, because somehow, because it's magnetic, it managed to stick itself onto the inside of one of the plates that I had loaded up on the machine. Don't know how the hell I found it, but I did, so I'm very grateful that I did. But going into leg extensions, I'm already 1 set in. Getting ready to go into set 2, which reminds me that I need to up the weight. And then, before I get into this, you guys gotta let me know if you're enjoying this little bit of a lower angle, because I'm kind of enjoying playing around with it. I'm starting to like playing around with the different angles. Like this is kind of a fun one. These kind of like lower angle shots that pan up and, you know, get a little bit more, try to get a little bit more. They're not like the super wide shots, but I don't know, it's just a different kind of shot. All the stuff that I'm learning about, all this, you know, videography kind of stuff, and I feel like every time I pick this thing up, I'm learning something different. So that kind of makes me happy, you know. I've said it before, it's starting something new. It's just like starting in the gym. The more you practice, the better you get at it. The more reps you put in, obviously better. So yeah, that's enough. Enough rambling from me. Let's get into the second set. That was a good set. Let's get into this final set on the leg extensions. With an extra 5 pounds. I know it's a lot. I don't know if I'll be able to handle it. Hopefully, though, the goal is at least another 8 reps. I don't think that 5 pounds, especially like on the quads, such a large muscle. Like those small increments of weight don't matter all that much, at least personally to me. I don't find that they do. However, it's being more quad isolated, being that it's an extension, that 5 pounds might actually go a long way. Get myself into this machine. Get myself out of this thing. My quads are on fire right now. That was another really good set. Finished up here. Let's go hit some hip adductions. I'm actually a little upset right now because I've been looking all over. So next to this hip machine, since we've been coming here, has been the standing calf raise, and it is gone. So before I even did my first set, I was like looking all over this place, trying to see if they moved it somewhere, and the damn thing is nowhere to be found. So I don't know that I'm gonna do calves this week because there's not really anything here that I would want to substitute it with. Like, yeah, there's a leg press and I could deal with that, but I don't really like doing them on the leg press, if I'm being honest. Doesn't feel as good to me. So I don't know. Might just be skipping that this week, but so it is what it is. Just get into this last set. Another 5 pounds. This guy should be pretty good. Flip this around. That is so crazy. How such little weight affects training this specific part of the quads. It's like it's not much of a natural movement, right? So your body and your legs aren't necessarily used to moving like that, like contracting in against each other. At least I can't think of any natural movement where, you know, that would be happening. So yeah, just a little bit of weight goes a long way on this specific like little muscle group. Couldn't tell you what the name of it is, but it's just interesting to me because the quads in general are such a large muscle, but this like little portion of it that rarely gets used gets burnt out and fatigued and only can handle so much load. Anyways, I think that is going to be a wrap on this one, because I don't think, like, I could probably do calf raises on the hack squat, maybe, if the platform, no, because the platform goes all the way to the floor, so I wouldn't even have enough room to extend my heels all the way down. There's just really no good alternative options here. Yeah, I could probably set up a platform underneath the Smith machine, but that right now sounds to me like more hassle than it's really worth. And 1 week of not hitting my calves isn't gonna kill me. So yeah, that's the wrap on this one, guys. You made it to the end. As always, I appreciate you. And seriously, let me know down below in the comments if you guys preferred this lower angle type stuff, or even like some criticism. I'm open to criticism, as long as it's, you know, respectful, right? But I'm trying to learn this whole thing, and some criticism, some healthy criticism, can help me a lot. Guys, I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.